What's up, guys? How you all doing? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be checking out finally part 2 of the big anticipated keg management system. So today we're going to be showing how to actually set up and finish this to build ourselves a card that shows us what percentage of the keg is full. We'll also have some scripting that will show us what kind of LEDs to turn on for high, medium, and low. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stay tuned because it's coming up right here, right now on misperry. Okay, guys, so as the intro stated, we're going to be checking out how to configure this right here. So first things first, we need to create a few things. So what I've got going on here, or at least let me give you a demo real quick. I have this keg initialized. There is our value that's coming from the actual keg management system that we saw in the previous video. And then here's some initialization parameters that we're going to have to put in. And all of that helps then calculate the percentage, okay? So let's see how this all works. So the first things first, we need to go create some helpers. Okay, so to create some helpers, we're going to go into settings. We're going to go into devices and services, and then we're going to go up here to the top to helpers, okay? And once we get into helpers, we will create new helpers. Now, I've already created them, so I've already got them going, but what you do is you come down here, create helper. We need 3 helpers. We're going to need a toggle switch to be able to turn on the initialization card. Then we also need the 2 default pieces that we're going to need basically when the keg is empty and when the keg is full, what those weights are, because we always want to subtract the shell of the actual keg. We want to subtract that from the rest of the fullness, so that way you're only calculating the liquid that's inside it, right? So we need to weigh it without anything in it, then fill the keg, and then weigh it with everything in it, okay? So in order to do that, you're going to create 3 helpers. The first one, if you scroll down here, you get a toggle, okay? So simply enough, you just give it a name, give it an icon if you want to, and hit create, okay? And that is going to get us, since I've already created it, I'm going to go up here and type in keg number 2 because that's the one we're working with today. I actually have 2 of these. So now we have this initialize is what I called it, and as you can see, it is of toggle type. Now we're going to create 2 others that are going to be of number type. And yes, I am kind of in the way. I'm going to scoot myself down here so you can see it. As you can see, there is the numbers. So each one is of number type. Okay. So let me push myself back up here. All right. So in order to do that, simply enough, you just hit the, well, if I can get my mouse to work, create. You're going to hit create. And there should be one that is called number that is in here. Let's see, right here. And here we can put this in here. Now, I'm just going to have it set to input field, not a slider, because I don't want it to be, a slider thing. I just want it to be something you type in. You don't have to slide it around to figure it out. So we're just going to type it in, input mode, and then 0 to 100. That's probably fine. I doubt you're going to get anything over 100 pounds on this thing. It'd probably crush the plastic. So you're going to name it, same deal, and then create it. That gives us these 2. And if you want to see how this looks, I can grab the settings for it. There you go. There's your settings. Enabled, visible, all that stuff. Unit size, I'm going by 1/10 of a pound. So there we go. So there are the 2 helpers that we need. Okay. So next we will need to incorporate that into cards. So that's where we will go in to our Home Assistant and then we will create a card. All right. And to do that, let me move myself down here again. So in order to do that, we're going to come up here. Whoops, that's my Chrome stuff. We're going to come over here to this ellipse and say edit dashboard. And then of course, down here in the bottom, move myself back up here, there is the add card feature. So we're going to add a card and put all of this stuff on there. Okay. At least the different key pieces and all the other different things. Now this will come a little bit later, this keg level, because we're gonna have to create that in our configuration.yaml file. Okay, so we'll have to configure that later. So I just put the keg to initialize, the low, medium, high states from the grapefruit keg. I just put that stuff in there. So if you want to see what this looks like, here it is. So I'm just embedding this with basically a vertical stack card, and then inside that vertical stack putting the different pieces that are in there. So There is the first piece, which this is the keg level. We will look at that here in a minute. That's a gauge. And here's just the simple entity IDs for our helper, and then the 3 different LEDs that are on that. Okay, so that's all we need for that card. Now is where we're going to create another new card, where it's going to be the initialize card. And so this one's a little different. In here, we are going to have it under a condition where we set the conditions where only when the keg initialize toggle is equal to on. So only when you toggle that will this be viewable. Okay. And then of course the card that's underneath it is going to be the one that houses the HX711 value, as well as our empty and full helpers is what it's going to house. All right. And those of you, if you want me to put all of that in the YAML, not XML, I was thinking XML there for a minute, the YAML code for all that, if you want me to put that into something and post it on the GitHub, just let me know in the comments below. I can totally do that. As it stands right now, I don't have it posted. So anyway, once we get that all set up, now we're going to have to create this keg level. Okay, we're gonna have to create this. So in order to create that, I'm gonna go ahead and done this, but we're gonna go into our file editor here, and we're going to use our configuration.yaml file. Okay, now in here I've got multiple things. I've got all kinds of other stuff in here, but the main one that I have, and by the way, I do have this in a YAML file on the GitHub repository, so check out the repository down below. It will have this in there. I can't remember what I named it, but if you just sift through the .yaml files that are in the repository, you'll find this. And so basically this is the calculation for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a template sensor. Okay, so under template, we're going to define a new sensor. Now this is a gravity thing for something else, but here are my 2 keg level calculations. So we're going to give it a name. We're going to give it a unique identifier. We're going to put it in units of measurement of %. And then we're going to do some other stuff. So now I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's see, let me make this smaller so that we can kind of see this a little better, because this is kind of complex. So in order to do templates, what we're going to say is the state of this, which is ultimately going to be the value of it, the state is going to equal to all of this calculating. Okay, so the states that I'm putting in here, I'm calling my sensor, my HX11 value. Okay, I pipe it to float, so that way I say that it's kind of like in C, it's kind of like typecasting it. Okay, so I'm typecasting this into a float, right? So that's a float value. Then I take that, otherwise you won't be able to do the math. If you don't do the float or integer or whatever, then when you try to subtract things, it'll give you kind of like, you know, in programming when it gives you those type mismatches. It's the same kind of deal here. So this is probably going to be a little bit easier to see how we're doing this. So here is our sensor value, our HX711 value, whatever it's reading, minus the empty value that we'll put in, and I'll show you how we come up with those values in a minute. But by the empty value, that's something you'll type in, and then we're going to divide that by the keg being full minus that empty as well. So that way we're comparing just the liquids. We're subtracting off that empty weight, so that way that comes off. And then we're going to multiply that by 100%. So that way we get, you know, an actual, you know, integer value. Now also, to keep that integer, or to keep it as an integer, what I did was I also piped it, as you could see, well, if I can get back to the end, I piped it to the round function and then basically typecasted it to an int. So that way it rounds up, and then it also truncates off whatever's left, and that way we have just a whole number there. And that's pretty much it for this sensor here, this keg level 2 sensor that's going to be a template sensor. Okay, so let me go back to 100% here, and let me go back to our card. So now inside of our card, we will have done the template sensor, right? So we'll edit this. All right, so there is our keg level 2, which will be our sensor. Now remember, when you do configuration in the configuration.yaml file, you do have to restart the core system, so that way it takes effect. So don't forget to do that. But then we should be able to get this properly. Now, how do we use all this when we first do it? So the first thing we'll do, like if I was going to put a new keg, you know, on this system, what I would do is before I filled the keg, I would just set the keg on the system. Now, this number will be all kinds of wacky, you know, when you do that. But on the initialize, you'll see the weight of it. Now, when I weighed it, it was somewhere around 10 pounds when it was empty, when it had nothing in it. So I type in the 10 pounds, okay? Then I go ahead and fill my keg up, okay? Go ahead and fill it with whatever. Then I put it back on there, and then it was about 50 pounds when I put it back on there, so I weighed it again. That's where you come up with those numbers at. And the minute I typed in the 50, it actually registered 100%. Now, obviously, I've been drinking on it, and so I'm down to only 29%, right? So that's how this initially works. So nothing in it, weigh it, type it in. Fill it up and have it where it's full, and then you can type it in, and then it should then run through that calculation, calculate this properly. Now, one more thing before we go, that's really all there is to it. One more thing is, how do I make these LEDs work? Because based on the LEDs, right, it'll basically show, so that way if you open up the keg and you're not looking at Home Assistant, you can kind of get an idea of if it's full or half full or maybe empty. We're going to do it in thirds since we have high, medium, and low, so a third, a third, a third, right? So how we do this is with a script. So let's go to our scripts. So we're going to go over to our settings, automations, and then we should have our scripts. So here's our keg LEDs. This one is for the number 2. So what I'm going to do is I chose a trigger condition. So I'm triggering every 5 seconds of every minute of every hour. In fact, it just triggered. So basically every 5 seconds, it's going to be checking the level of it to see where it's at. Then we're going to have 5 different actions that it could perform based on some conditions inside that action. So basically, if the keg is between 66.67% and below 100%, so if it's above 66.67, but yet it's below 100%, then we're going to turn on high, and we're going to turn on medium, and we're going to turn on low. So that way it's like all of them are lit up. So it's full. It's completely full. Then what we're going to do is we're going to then, after, if it's above 33.34 and below 66.67, then we're going to turn off the high, turn on the medium, and turn on the low. So that way we like lose an LED. Okay. So 2 LEDs means it's basically half full, or it's 2/3 full. Okay. Then the last one is, you guessed it, we're going to turn off high, we're going to turn off medium, but we're going to leave low on, right? If it's between 0 and 33.34, which is about 1/3, right? Then if it is below the level of 5%, then we're going to turn all of them off and say that it's pretty much empty. Okay. Now, if you want to see this in YAML format, I can change it to edit YAML, but I've got it even easier for you. This too is on the GitHub. So if you want to be able to just cut and paste this YAML formatted code into a script, then by all means, you can just cut and paste it from the from the GitHub link down below. Otherwise, you can build it in the visual editor. I think building it was easier to do it in the visual editor, but if you're wanting to do exactly what I'm doing, just cutting and pasting it in is probably fine, and then tweaking it. And that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all there is to the second half of this, or to building the keg management system for yourself. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed these videos. I'm sorry that it took so long to get the second part out. I didn't even realize I hadn't put that out, so I apologize for that. But I sure am glad that you've stuck with me this long, and if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, put something down in the comments of like what you're going to use this for. If you were to use it, whether you're going to make this or not, what would you use it for? What would you weigh on it? What would you keep track of? I'd be interested to know in other ways. I'm using it for kegs and brewing. You might be using it for something else. Let me know down in the comments if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thank you guys very much for your support, for being around all this time, and more videos are in the pipe. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share the videos, because that really helps the channel out. Oh, and affiliate links down below. I do have Amazon affiliate links down below. Go ahead and check those out. Even if you don't buy whatever the link is to, if you just use that link and do your normal Amazon shopping that you always do, I get a little kickback for it. So it's a way of helping out the channel. And definitely the thumbs up helps the channel as well, helps us get viewed. So guys, with that, I am out. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.